It is summer. A lot of family gathering, a lot of entertaining people, right? In your house, barbecue, a whole lot of stuff happens in summer. What a beautiful way to just embrace that gathering with a bit of culinary skill, right? Created a bowl of flavor. I'm talking about paella. Today we're going to be making seafood paella. And this seafood paella is like, I took it up a little bit, I just put all of my favorite seafood in the pot. And yeah, so I want you to join me as I make this beautiful, sweet Spanish cuisine, paella. So making paella has one nice, expensive, very rich ingredients. It is nothing but the most expensive spice in the world, right? Can you guess what that is? Saffron. Saffron, yes. This is the most expensive spice in the world, right? And that is why the beautiful bowl of paella has to be lush. It has to be lush. A dish that requires the most expensive spice in the world, I think should be celebrated and it should be lush, right? Which is why a massive food paella today, I will be putting, you know what? Wait till you see the bowl. So let's just get right into working. Let's go. I do not think my knife is sharp enough. This is part of, I know I could use, there are different things I got that could cut me the peppers. If I was working on the food truck, I've got things I could use to just cut it. Or I could even, if I need this much, I could prep it like way before the event. But when I'm cooking at home, right? It's more of like entertaining guests, spending time with, like I really like date nights, like cooking dates. Like I like that. So when you're doing that, this is the moment where, you don't just want to go there, cook fast, boom, and everything. No, this is the part where, you just engage with your guests. You guys talk, while you just prepping, cutting onions, just doing stuff. That's the fun part. And you can just sip on wine while you're doing that. It's, so for me, it's just like, this is the fun part. The cutting, the chopping up of stuff. I like it. So at this stage is when we now start preparing. We go on the saute right now where the magic, the putting together happens, okay? At this stage, I know a lot of people will be like, oh, why don't you have a paella pot? Well, I had one. I trashed it when I was moving, So, yep. That's the story of my paella pot. Throwing some virgin olive oil right there. It's not a lot. Boom. So, I'm throwing my chopped garlic. Throwing my shallots. Well, if you cook, you would understand what I'm smelling right now. Amazing. Amazing. We don't want it to burn, we want it to cook. That is what that's the intention with this cooking. You let it cook, you don't let it burn. Turn our peppers. Everybody just goes for the burn instantly. Yeah, it is essential that the bottom part of the pot is burnt when you're making paella. It's very essential. If you don't have the socarrat, there's no paella. There's no, you're just making whatever rice you're making, you know? So it needs to burn. I get that, but before it burns, you want it to cook. That's the beauty of it, you know? I'll go ahead, I'll put some chili flakes. Black pepper. Some paprika. Let's put that salt. Because I like that heat, I like that, you know, I will put in some cayenne pepper. I want it to be a bit spicy. Usually it's not usually spicy at all. So I miss that, so I'll put that right there. And another twist that I put in my own paella is the bay leaf. I don't see none with bay leaf, but I like the bay leaf fragrance, so I put bay leaf in there, right? And a touch of coriander, a little bit of coriander. I like that in there because I said this is a bowl of flavor. And the reason why I do this is because the seafood protein that I'm putting in there, this enhances it. These things, they enhance, you know, that flavor of the protein. And then a little bit of tomato paste. All right there. Make sure it cooks, it fries out. So you see that's been fried out. Now, this is one thing, yeah, this, I don't, see, I'm not saying this is authentic Spanish recipe. This is ChefYummi recipe, right? And I love paella so much. First time I had it was in Spain, in Marbella. Man, I fell in love. So I'm putting my twist to this. I'll add my rice right here. Okay, I'll add my rice. This concept that I am doing is more or less like a little bit of risotto-ish technique for my paella. Okay? I let the rice mingle with all these flavors, with all of this. I'll let the rice mingle with it. It is very important that my rice mingles with it. That is my take, that is my style. This is where the paella now has taken a tone of ChefYummi concepts, okay? So after this stage, we will not be able to spoon the paella because we want a very nice socarrat too. Without socarrat, you don't have paella. Just know that, okay? So, right. This, all of the rices mixed well with the flavor in there. And at this stage, I will tray my chicken broth. You see all of the flavor in the pot. You know, all of the flavor in the pot been woken. Right? Okay, this is my own spin on paella, right? I'm not telling you this is an authentic Spanish recipe. No, it's an authentic Spanish style, right? But this is ChefYummi twist on paella. The flavor of the saffron and everything is, But when I added in my paella, it was amazing, but it wasn't spicy enough. So I'm putting my own touch of spice into this pot, and that is what I'm doing, okay? So don't quote me like, oh, ChefYummi made the the authentic Spanish paella. Nope. Chef Yummi made a beautiful pot of paella, seafood paella, the way I like it. And other recipes, people that I've seen make this, they always cook with the veggies. They cook the seafood, everything in the pot. So to give it that flavor at the base. Now it makes some of the seafood shrink. So for me, I don't like my seafood shrinking. I like my seafood sweating in the pot, right? So which is why I did not go that route. I worked with my flavor of the rice and the veggie first. Now, when I cook with the chicken broth, now towards the end, the second batch of wetting up the rice, I will add the saffron and all of my seafood. So everything is incorporated in the saffron flavor. To me, that's a beautiful pot of paella. So stay tuned. Let's do this. Look at that. See that? Paella almost done. Look at that. So I'll be throwing in some cod, which I'm going to be serving with it. Already marinated, seasoned. I'll close that. All I want for the cod is just to sweat into the paella. Oh, I made a mess. There's a cod right there. So guys, this is the moment of truth. This paella is beautiful, okay? It is nice. That's nice. I would have added a little bit more salt. I'm not gonna lie. I think I need a little bit more salt. Just a little bit more. But look at that. So this is the thing. If I had added a little bit more salt for the rice would have been super perfect. But it would have been too much for the seafood. But the seafood was well seasoned. Let me scrape the bottom of the, look at that. Let me show you the bottom of the pot. That's the socarrat right there. Nice. The crunchiness. So guys, thank you for hanging out with me. Made a beautiful bowl of paella. I'm about to just get my hands dirty. Eat up all the mussels, the crab. And till next time, I'm Chef Yummi on YouTube. Happy eating.